I am convinced now more than ever that Uhuru Kenyatta has no interest whatsoever in making Fred Matiangi a sitting president of Kenya. And in this video, I'll tell you some of the reasons why that's the case. And with no further ado, let's get after it. Number one, if Uhuru Kenyatta was truly genuine about supporting Matiangi for president, he would not have dispatched his Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni to go on radio and diss a coalition ally of Matiangi. Just listening to what Kioni had to say about Rigiji immediately after the Jubilee National Delegates Convention.
And let me now tell you, and I can tell you, you can take me to court on this, and I give you the date. When the DCP was dealing with the candidature of one Dr. Joshua, who is now running to become the MCA for Narok Township, and they decided to deny him a ticket and give it to a person whom we will find out who he is. This is what he told them late in the evening while they were seated in his office, 15 of them. In that room, there were more than 2 pastors. And this statement was told to me by them, including the pastors. Gachagua told them that William Ruto has already sent emissaries to him. And wamekubaliana, panga pande yako na mimi ni pange watu yangu. Sanya watu yako na mimi ni sanya watu yangu. Tutakuja tukae kwa meza. And he was saying, by that time I'll have the 7 million votes from the Mountain Legion. I'll have the 1 million vote from Karonzo, and I will have another 800,000 votes from Matiangi. Matiangi atakuwa amekaa huko Bali. Sasa mimi nitakuwa na zaidi ya nusu ya keki na nitagawa, na nyinyi wa Masai nitawagawia kitu yenu. Kwa hivyo wewe Joshua, hapana lia hapa ya kwamba upati hii tikiti. Tulia, we will nominate you when that time comes.
Kioni tema hiyo jabo umekuwa ukikula. Ati Rigathi anasanya kura ili apelekee Kasongo. People aren't stupid. This is just a ploy by Uhuru and Kioni to ensure that opposition leaders further alienate Matiangi. It's tantamount to sabotage. Let's call it what it is. Hiyo ni kama mtu anajua you are having a certain relationship with person X and it is looking like you are serious, na yeye anaendelea kupeana matamshi ya kuharibu what you guys are working towards. I feel like that is what Uhuru Kenyatta is doing. You know very well, Matiangi anatembea na kina Rigathi, anatembea na kina Eugene, na Kalonzo, Karua and the others. Na unatuma your Secretary General to attack Gachagua. A day after already kuna question marks on Matiangi by him attending that Jubilee NDC. Matiangi is being played like a musical instrument. I wonder when he'll wake up. Second reason why Uhuru is not serious about Matiangi's candidature is because he's knowingly violating the laws of succession. You see, if Uhuru wanted Matiangi to become president, all he had to do was step down at the Jubilee NDC, and in so doing coronating Matiangi as his successor. Why is it so hard to do that? The reason is rather simple. Uhuru wants to protect his legacy. So far, it's tainted. It's tainted because he bungled the presidency, and in the process it went to an individual who has no good wishes for the mountain. A guy who impeaches Rigathi Gachagua, mtu ambaye alikuwa strategically placed to become the 6th president of Kenya. A guy who has demoted Didi Nyoro for doing his job and doing it well. A guy who has made sure that Kimani Ichung'wah, who once was elected unopposed, is no longer likable or electable in his own constituency. So that is part of Uhuru's legacy. He had the system, he had everything, but still all was lost and Kasongo took power. Now imagine after making that colossal mistake, the same guy goes on to step down as Jubilee party leader, coronates Dr. Fred Matiangi, who brings in his own delegates and so on and so forth. So eventually ata chama ya Jubilee, ambayo its origin is in the mountain, it gets lost to Kisii. I think Uhuru Kenyatta cannot allow that. And that's why he can never relinquish the party leader position to Dr. Fred Matiangi. In the long run, he might support Matiangi to go for president, knowing full well that him being Matiangi's party leader will always taint him, but he doesn't care. But that is something he's willing to do as opposed to handing over the party. This is all about legacy. Now that aside, here's the golden question. If Uhuru Kenyatta is busy sabotaging Matiangi's relationship with opposition and is equally not serious about Fred's candidature, what exactly is his end goal? Based on my observations, Uhuru's end goal is increment of government shares. That's what he's been targeting all along. He brought in Mutai, he brought in Lee, and now he's angling towards increasing the number of people he can jump back into government. I would even dare predict as early as now that ahead of 2027, Jubilee Party and UDA will work together. They will sign an MOU where Uhuru Kenyatta will get X amount of CSs, X amount of PSs, ambassadors, and possibly even speakership of one of the houses. Don't even be shocked to see Matiangi making a comeback as a CS in some way or form. Na hiyo biashara inaendelea in between now and 2027. Personally, I can tell you for free, I've been invited to the inception of 4 political parties. Of those 4, 3 zilikwama, moja imetake off. And when you're in that meeting, people are talking about, we are starting this party, we build it, ikishika momentum towards 2027, tutauzia Kasongo. This is something that the party leader is telling you. Mwenye ameanzisha hiyo chama. They don't have any intention to go for presidency, to go for anything meaningful. Wanataka waunde chama wauzie Ruto. People are in business. Jubilee is no different from those type of parties. They are also in business, and at long last, they want to sign an MOU and to work with the government of the day. Because they know how things go in Africa, more so in Kenya. Wheezy at the ballot is very common, and they're expecting that this current regime will steal and retain power, and that is why they are not committing to the opposition. They want to look independent, but ultimately pivot towards the government side, where they'll sign a ridiculous MOU that betrays the ethics and ethos that we thought they had in their manifesto. It's sad, but it is what it is, guys. Now, at the end of the day, that's just my opinion. Do let me know your own comments in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to read them and to give you a response. And with that is today's ad of the day. If you're in need of electrical wiring, solar installation, or electrical fittings such as strip lights, snake lights, downlighters, or chandeliers, contact Engineer Wycliffe at 0707 476602 and he'll get your house dapped up. Now, if you're here for the first time, please go on and hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching for a different platform, just head on over to YouTube, search for David Wafula. Hit the subscribe button, you're going to be getting a ton of content of this nature. If politics is something you're passionate about, this is definitely the one channel that you really, really need to subscribe to. Alright guys, adios. Thank you for choosing David Wafula as your primary news platform. We put countless hours in research, recording, and editing. By showing up each and every day to watch our videos, you encourage us to generate more videos for the viewers. We are on a mission to inform, educate, and build a better tomorrow. To our thousands of followers in a world full of presidents, kings, and queens, you are the real gem. Adios.